Does anyone even logic?
I don't think that any member of the Women and Gender Studies faculty came to this event. And I hope I'm not wrong there. If I am, I apologize for being wrong. I didn't see anyone. I didn't see any faculty member. I didn't see any faculty affiliate. So my question is why? But I really mean it. Because that was worth hearing.
I saw it myself at Yale Graduate School when a great hero of mine, Leslie Fiedler, the great leftist critic, came to speak. And not a single member of the Yale English department turned up there. And so I saw it. Okay, I'm used to it. You know, when there's an establishment, they don't want anyone to shake, the foundation of their own training and their own pedagogy and so on. Perfectly understandable. It's the principle of territoriality.
Say a little more about what you said that they find so potentially dangerous?
Well, what's absurd about it is that a prominent woman writer comes to a campus, and the women faculty do not encourage their students to go see her. Okay, I think it's a scandal. But it stems also from ignorance. That is, they've never bothered to read my work. Okay, they're not interested because they've been told by others I am persona non grata, even though my feminism precedes all of them. Okay, in my most recent book, we reproduced Free Women, Free Men from last March. We reproduced the letter that I wrote as a 16-year-old to Newsweek magazine in 1963. Newsweek published it as the lead letter in which I called for equal opportunity for American women and denounced the American space program for excluding women. The Soviet Union had just launched the first woman into space, Valentina Tereshkova. So I'm on the record, 1963, okay? Betty Friedan didn't found Now until 3 years later. Okay, so these people, okay, who wandered into feminism, in the last 50 years, okay, all are after me, okay. So I am one of the precursors of of contemporary feminism, but academic feminism became very ideological very fast, okay, and so they're not interested in including anything that would critique their own viewpoint. How they are not prepared. They are not prepared to deal with work as that is as broadly cultural and historical as mine. They're just not prepared for it. So one should have pity for them, but more, well, I think one should lament the effect on the women students who believe they are studying with the strongest women's figures on campus. In fact, women's studies, gender studies has turned into an ideology. It's turned into a cult. It's a form of religiosity. Okay, you have to, you have to recite dogma. Okay, there are certain key figures, and the major figure right now is Judith Butler. It's almost humorous because Judith Butler was a student at Bennington College when I was a faculty member in the early 1970s, my first job, and when I was tearing up the campus, okay, as this Amazon, I was completely out of control. And people think I am so calm, and I am just harmless now compared to what I was coming right out of the 60s and so on. I got in trouble for so many things. I did a feminist stunt where I kicked a student in the ass. I was brought up on charges. You can't believe it. Okay? And Judith Butler, okay, who is now the big theorist, okay, of all this, Judith Butler was a student, okay, very kind of timid student like that, okay, and so on.
I'm virtually certain that Women and Gender Studies faculty here organized an event in order to divert attention from Casey Johnson's visit. And then I just wanted to also mention that an event for the Pards Against Sexual Assault, which is a group on campus that is kind of part of that, and a kind of Title IX event was scheduled tonight at 8 o'clock. I have no information other than that, but I just, I wouldn't be surprised if, again, they're trying to divert attention away from this talk.
Well, they're trying to protect their own position. Okay, they are indifferent to any issue of the pursuit of knowledge or truth. Okay,
they're scared. They're scared of
it's a territory. Every embattled group, okay, it can end up using ruthless tactics to protect its own hegemony, and that's what's happening. And so it's across the United States. It's also in in the UK, et cetera. Okay, but I think there are students, okay, who seek independent thought, who seek knowledge, who seek enlightenment, right? And it's a minority right now but I'm doing the best I can, okay, to appeal to independent thinkers. And ultimately every individual is responsible for his or her enlightenment. Period. Full stop. Okay, so I mean, it's futile blaming. It seems to me the women's faculty. I mean, they're incapable of going beyond their own training.
Come da porca picchita va bene, se tu la parla miezza americano, quando si fa l'amore sotto la luna, come da bene in capo di I love you, papà l'americano.